Hello everyone, today we're going to start learning about more of our fossils. So first of all, to review from the words we learned yesterday, organisms are any living things that includes plants, not just animals and bugs and arachnids and things like that. So it's plants and animals. And scientists can learn about organisms from the past by studying the clues or the evidence that is left in these rocks or fossils. So many living things died out or became extinct way before we ever existed. So the only way we can learn about them is to look at the things they left behind, which are these fossils. So while we look for the fossils, sometimes they are actual pieces of the organism, and sometimes they are traces of that organism. So just things they left behind, like footprints, or sometimes even their feces or their poop. Just like we saw when the paleontologists brought some and we all held it in our hands and it was just fossilized. This is a paleontologist, so that is the scientist that actually goes and digs up these fossils so we can learn about these organisms that are now extinct. So they study the living things from the past by looking at the fossils. It's way harder to learn about things if they don't exist anymore, so they just have to kind of really look close at the fossils, what is surrounding the fossils, and try to use that evidence to help them learn about these creatures since we can't actually see them now. Some fossils show a whole shape. Some fossils show animal tracks. So like this trilobite, it's like a sea creature from a long time ago. We see the whole entire fossil. This is just a track of a dinosaur, so a dinosaur footprint. So the one on the left is the whole shape, and the one on the right is just a footprint. We are way more likely to find a fossil of an invertebrate because they are in an environment more likely to create a fossil. It's way less likely that a land animal is in a situation to create a fossil where we can see all their bones. So fossils are formed when these organisms get stuck. They can die, fall down in the mud, and it gets put into sedimentary rock. So when we learned about rock, we learned that fossils are found in sedimentary rock because when they die in a certain situation where they lay down in layers of sediment like mud or sand or dirt, and they get buried by more layers of sediment, those layers cover them, form a rock, and the organism inside the rock, if it's under the right circumstances, can become rock-like itself. So the soft parts rot away and the hardest parts last longer, and if they last long enough for that permineralization process, they will turn into fossils and last even longer than bones and teeth would because those eventually decay as well. So minerals slowly take the place of those remains of bones and form a fossil. Just like the ones that we saw on our field trip. We saw all those models of dinosaurs and their fossils. Now, the models are actually all the fossils that those paleontologists found. They put them together in a way where they are in the shape of a dinosaur. They aren't found in that shape, so they kind of have to study anatomy and figure out where they think those pieces would be and make a model. So if you don't find all the pieces, which is very unlikely that you would find all the pieces of an organism that was fossilized, they kind of just make the model and then you can see where the missing parts were. So this is an example of a model. If you look at the teeth, that is evidence that this dinosaur was a carnivore because it has really sharp teeth. This is a model of another dinosaur. This one has flatter teeth. That is evidence that this dinosaur did not eat meat. It was a vegetarian or an herbivore. Now, for your assignment today, you're going to go into Google Classroom and click on Classwork. Go down to Fossils, and for Tuesday, you will have a vocabulary lesson. So I want you to log into vocabulary. Click Login. Log in with Google. And then type in your school email. Log in with Google if you haven't logged in already, and if you have logged in already, just click on your name. Mine's taking a while to load, so I'll just wait. So once you log into your vocabulary account, you're going to either click on assignments or click on your name and click my assignments. Either one works. And when you go there, you're going to see today's lesson and then yesterday's lesson if you haven't finished it yet. So click on Read and Respond. And that's what you're going to do today. It won't tell me that you're done until it has the little green check mark where this yellow circle is. So make sure you see that so I can see what you did. And you're just going to read these passages. Our vocab words, if you click on them in the passage, it'll pop up and tell you what it means if you forgot, and actually it will show you your vocab card that you made. So that's cool, I think. If you made a vocab card, you can see your own if you click on it. So read and then answer the question. And then when you're done with that, that's all you have to do today. Thank you.